All right, guys, it's been a minute since I have been on here. Been sick and dealing with a few other things, waiting on parts. My Vols lost yesterday to Georgia. That kind of hurt, but hey, it's still a good season. We're 8-1 right now. Hopefully we can win out the rest of the season. But anyways, on the 91, I've kind of not been videoing here lately. Been trying to get this thing going. 350 standard bore, Flowtech aluminum heads, a knockoff Edelbrock RPM air gap intake, but like I said, it's knockoff. It's not the actual Edelbrock, which as of right now I'm kind of iffy about it. There's some things I just don't like about it. The way it's sealed and stuff wasn't perfect, but we're gonna try it and see if it works. If it doesn't, we're gonna go back to just the normal RPM Edelbrock that I've got, but I want to try this one, just see. So it's getting factory manifolds. These are angle plug heads, because the set of headers I have wouldn't work with it, so we're going to put the manifolds on it. I've been trying to clean up some wiring. Right here, I will put some before and after pictures up of that. That's it now. It was a mess before. And then I just kind of wrapped up all the rest of the wiring harness. Cleaned up this one, also that one there. Painted the firewall and inner fenders. Painted the bottom side of the hood. If I'd have done it perfect, I'd have color matched it to the actual color of the truck, but I don't have the time to get it up at the body shop and get it painted right now. And I think the black will be fine. It'll match the rest of the inside of the engine compartment. I am making right now a radiator mount for the upper part of it. What I had on there before was very temporary, as you can see. It just bolted right there, and that was temporary, just so I could get the darn thing running. And I ended up leaving it like that. Y'all know how some projects go sometimes. You end up doing that. So pretty much just waiting on the flywheel, getting it ground down, ready to go, cleaned up, ready to go. I got hopefully get it picked up in the morning and get this thing set back in here and maybe start it up tomorrow. Hopefully that's the plan. So I've got some pictures and videos that I'm going to insert in here right about now to show y'all what I've been doing without videoing. So hopefully y'all enjoy this, and glad to be back. Alright guys, we're back on the 91 Chevrolet. It's been a while. Did a lot of work, or I've been putting a lot of hours over here after work, and I hadn't been making it nowhere. As you can see, the flywheel and pressure plate and clutch disc is in. That faulted me yesterday. I broke a bolt off in the flywheel. It's not fun. Thankful for people that helped me with that. Anyways, we're about to drop the motor down in here and get it bolted in to the transmission and motor mounts. So trying to at least get it set in here tonight. I don't know if I said this in my last video or not, but this truck right here fought me. Well, the first time I owned it was putting motor in it. After the motor was in, I did nothing, spared no expense, just went all out on it, and it's like it didn't appreciate any of it. So it fought me so much to where I didn't really need the truck, but I liked it, but it just gave me so much fits that I sold it. Well, I bought it back. I named it truck number 13, just because it gave me so much bad luck, and I don't think it liked it, because it's been giving me heck ever since. But we're gonna get past the bad voodoo, and I'm gonna get this thing in there. We're gonna get it in and get it on the road again. This side, I've got pictures I'll put in after this. Angle plug heads and factory manifolds and or headers are a nightmare. this thing has got this oil filter that kicks it sideways because of the location of the differential. You can't put a normal filter on here. Even a short filter will not work. It hits the transfer case, or I mean the front differential about right there. So you've got to use this, which that throws a wrench in using a lot of different headers and a lot of different factory manifolds. The ones that come down right here and go, you can't use, so you got to use one that kicks back. The manifold that I have that kicks back, this spark plug right here hits. It does not hit on the passenger side. I've got a set of headers ordered and a different style manifold ordered. Maybe it'll work. If it don't work, I'll figure something out. Might even have to build a set of headers or cut up a set and make them work. But anyways, that's where I'm at on right now. I'm going to get this thing set down in there. I have made this. I might have showed this in the last video. I made that, and I finished up my bumper. I'll throw some pictures and videos of that in there, but I finally finished it. It's been unfinished without all this plate steel on it, and without this valance here for a long time. So all it had was this, and it looks a lot better now. I built that bumper out of a bumper for a like 2021 F250. It was a ranch hand grill guard is what it was, and we cut it down this way, made it shorter, took about 10 inches width-wise, and took about a foot out of height. Did the same thing here, cut them down, made them shorter, welded all this back together, so kind of hodgepodge together. Of course, the main part of the bumper was not part of the grill guard, so made all this. It's welded to the frame, so it ought to be stout now. So that's where we're at on that. I'll get going on time lapse here and hopefully get this thing in here tonight. Well, motor's in there. I cannot believe how painless that was. Normally you gotta fight with getting the splines lined up for the input shaft on the transmission, and that joker just went right in there. I couldn't believe it. That was awesome. So now we're gonna get to button things up. So let's see what we can get done tonight. Guys, getting this bracket mounted on was a little bit of a challenge. I don't know if it was because of the aftermarket cylinder heads or what, but getting the holes lined up was really difficult. I'd never had that problem before getting this bracket on with factory cylinder heads. So I'm assuming the holes may be just a hair bit different. I had to drill out the holes on the bracket just a little bit, just kind of make them oblong a little bit so they would work. After I did that, got them on there, ended up having the thing in the wrong holes anyway, so I had to move it after this video. But it was still a pain after that. And then you see me now messing with the fuel line. I put a big filter in, and then I put a clear Wix filter in, just so I can see what kind of fuel's going in and how much fuel's going in, making sure for troubleshooting wise, if I ever need to, I can just look right at it and see if I've got fuel going in. It's helped me a lot. Once I started this thing, getting it running, I ended up having some fuel issues and had to get it figured out. So that was a big help. But you can just see me now trying to get all the small bits of hoses and stuff lined out. All right, guys. I've been so bad with videoing here lately. I don't even remember where the last video is I took. So I'm gonna start from the top. 350 is in. I know it says 383. I hadn't got my new sticker yet. That's what that cleaner was on. It'll say 350 Sundays when that sticker's supposed to be here. But anyways, I got my headers in. They work. Very surprisingly with the angle plug heads. Could not believe it. I thought that I was gonna have to cut and weld on them, and maybe they wouldn't even work at all. On the website, they say they do not work for angle plug heads, but I had to have this one for this truck, for the oil filter that's down there. Most of these headers will not work. The shape of them won't work. It hits the oil filter. So these work, in case anybody's wondering, Flowtech headers for a truck of this era with a small block. They say they don't work with angle plug heads, but they definitely do, and have a whole lot more room than most headers do. So pretty excited about that. Got them in with copper gaskets. I had them laying around from another project, so hopefully I won't have no problems with them leaking. Motors in, bolted down, carburetor, air cleaner, radiator hoses, everything's on. Everything's wired up, good to go. The only thing that we've got left to do is put the rest of the, only got 2 bell housing bolts in. Got to put the rest of them in and figure out what I'm going to weld up for the exhaust. And after that, I got to put the starter on, fill it full of oil, prime it, put the distributor in, and start this thing up. So hopefully I'll have it started up before the night's over. So y'all stay tuned and watch this time lapse. Here's a few pictures of after the engine is in. Got it running good and it's doing great. I've been working the truck, hauled a mower, hauled my Yukon. Been really enjoying the truck. It's running great. Guys, there will be one more video of this truck. I'll do a drive around in it and show y'all how it's doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Perkins Garage. Thanks for watching.